A food allergy is a thing where you can't, like, it's like something that can kill you if you don't have the right medicine.
And I have been in the room with physicians and care providers in our ICU, nurses, with parents who are dealing with the reality that no matter how much effort was brought to bear medically, we weren't able to reverse the anaphylactic reaction. You know, it's just devastating. It's devastating.
We found out that my daughter, Cate, had food allergies the hard way. I cooked a scrambled egg for her and I gave her a bite, and within minutes she was slumped in her high chair and vomiting. So I took her to the pediatrician and she referred us to the food allergist. And they said that she was allergic to everything that I had been feeding her and then some.
It's a constant pressure, and it's like walking down the middle of an expressway.
I had no understanding of what her future was going to be.
An EpiPen is a shot that you would give yourself that would help you until you got to the hospital. You stick it in, and then well, first you've got to remove a blue cap, and then stick it in your thigh, and then you just stick it in, and you count to 10, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then you take it out.
One item that she always tested not being allergic to, and the only item, was fish. Fast forward to when she was 3 years old, her and her dad caught a fish, her first fish.
We hooked into a big trout. And so she sat there and we reeled the trout in together and pulled it out. And
My husband cleaned the fish.
I gave her a piece that was about the size of my pinky nail.
And she said, "Mom, I don't like it."
Within a minute,
I said, "Mom, my throat hurts."
her lips started to swell up, her eyes started to swell shut.
We called 911.
911 didn't know where we were.
911 could not find our house.
We made mistakes.
It was frantic.
So I put the EpiPen in and then we went straight for the car.
There's a lot of thoughts that go through your mind.
We were on dirt roads driving about 75 miles an hour.
She's swelling up.
My wife was sitting in the passenger seat holding our daughter.
Things are going south. Kate's sensing our fear, and
She was screaming.
I remember on that drive looking down at her and thinking, my 3-year-old daughter is dying from something that I fed her.
When I was older, and when I was able to understand it, when I was able to understand what could happen, it started to scare me. And it still does a little bit. Like going out and eating at restaurants, that scares me.
We were going to a restaurant that she has eaten at safely in the past.
It's one of the ones that actually does a pretty good job of dealing with kids or people with food allergies.
So that you can actually watch them make the food.
He took off the gloves he was wearing, he washed his hands, he washed all the way up to his elbows, he put on fresh gloves, he got fresh utensils, everything was clean.
What scares me is that there could have been something I was allergic to in there before and it wasn't washed well enough, or the tortillas could have been made with something I was allergic to.
She sat there for 15 minutes looking at her food and wouldn't touch it. People don't know it when she walks into a room that the food sitting in that room that they're all eating and not thinking about is basically a path to surefire death if she doesn't react to it and get to a hospital immediately.
In a lot of ways, we feel like we are walking on thin ice multiple times a day.
It doesn't just break my heart, it's more than that. It leaves me in a position not knowing what to do.
We need to start funding the best and brightest in research in this field, or the needle will never move.
The University of Michigan has an opportunity, and they've proven in the past they can take advantage of opportunities to really make enormous change in the lives of tens of thousands of people.
So the Food Allergy Center at the University of Michigan is devoted to and will bring to bear all of the resources necessary to begin to understand in much better detail the causes and the risk factors and the natural history to the development of food allergies in children.
When your grandchild is more than just a statistic,
3,
it becomes
4,
much more real to you.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hello, my name is Cate, and this is my little brother Leland. We have food allergies, and mine are peanuts, tree nuts, eggs, fish, seafood, and dairy. And Leland's are eggs, peanuts, and tree nuts.